So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. This is Freeman on first and 10. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On second down, Ryan. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now Ryan. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman as the first half is winding down. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Bryant's extra point up and good. And we got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And from this spot, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Cousins now. Lets it fly for Thielen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Barr not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. To throw on second down, Ryan. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. So So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Here's Ryan to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Here's Matt Bosher now. That will come from inside his own end zone. Here's Sherrills. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them?
Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there, 53 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
39.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
22.
2nd and 10 now, Ryan. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Showed some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Freeman again. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And just like that, it's third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
To throw is Ryan. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings. In possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. first down. Here's the run with Cook. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Cousins. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. It's then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
21. 22.
Looking to throw on second down. Ryan. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the shotgun, Ryan. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Here we go. It's Ryan on 4th down. The left side completion to Jones. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Hey, let's go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock in a second.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish him off.
The score that puts him in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now, before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. He's back to throw. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets them a new set of downs. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Forced out to his left. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
22.
Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense, and overtime to put him in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there, because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make a play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.